What's happening? I'm N64 Josh, and this is Gamers and Karts Getting Interviewed. We do this show live on twitch.tv/N64Josh, Monday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And I got Ryno from the NPC fam from the N64 Josh Discord. What's up, man? How are you?
Not much, man. Just having a great time being on here. Thank you again for this opportunity. And I think it's really cool that you interview just people of the community like this.
Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I love getting to hear everybody's stories with Nintendo and just basking in a pool of nostalgia and all that good stuff. So let's just kick this thing right off, my friend. What's your history with the Big N?
So it's a little blurry in the beginning years, just because I was pretty young, and I remember my dad coming home with an NES, and we had the Super Mario and Duck Hunt combo carts, which everyone had. They made a ton of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and remember playing that, especially Super Mario, just as much as I can, and trying to find all the secrets. All the secrets like just blew my mind. I remember talking to friends about it and the warp zones and all that, and I never seen anything like it before. Like I never really had an Atari or anything like that, so it was really my first foray into video games.
I love it. I love it. Any particular titles on the NES that stand out to you?
That cart for sure. I remember my grandma took me to Holland when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and my uncle had an NES with Mario 2, and I had just only played the first one, and I remember being just like so upset that we had to like go sightseeing in Holland, because like all I wanted to do was play Mario 2. Like I've seen all the wooden shoes, I just want to like get past this sand kingdom. But yeah, that's a good memory of mine. And of course Mario 3, when I actually got that for Easter, and that blew my mind just as much as the original.
Oh yeah.
Mario 3 is still one of the greatest games ever made.
It's a great one for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
And then Thrill of Safari, I'm going to throw that one out there too. Sure, it's a terrible game now. I haven't played it since I was younger, but played that Surfing Gorilla platformer game. Played that all the time.
Sounds like it reminded me of like TNC Surf Design or something.
I think it might have been part of that or something. It was definitely like a precursor to Funky Kong, and I don't know how they didn't sue because of that.
Oh, I love it. That's good. That's good. Any other notable titles on the NES before we move to the Super Nintendo? Any like Ninja Turtles games or Contra games? Double Dragon?
Man, not really. I was really like a platformer only for a while there, especially in the early years.
Little Samson?
Nah, man. If I
do
did,
you,
I don't.
Do you know
remember.
about Little Samson?
Is that the game that's like $5,000, like
it's
out of box?
It's expensive. It's about $1,000. So
okay, yeah. Nah.
Kirby Geek says I'm showing my age here. Okay, all right. Thanks, Kirby. Thanks. So I mean, since Super Nintendo? Is that where you went next?
Much like Shell Shock Prime, I was a Genesis kid.
Oh, we're done.
After that,
it's over. Get out. Get out.
I blame my parents for going the cheap route.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
and I even played like the really crappy like cheap games on there, like Echo the Dolphin and the Ghostbusters game and Batman Returns or Batman Forever, I think it was.
Batman
really
Forever
awful games on the Genesis, yeah.
Batman Forever was on the Super Nintendo too, and it was just as awful.
Just as bad, I'm sure.
Yeah, Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo, awesome. Batman Forever, not so much.
Yeah, of course I had the the one no one wanted. But all my friends had Super Nintendo, so I played a lot at their house, and the classics like Mario World, and then as soon as I saw Donkey Kong Country, like I knew that like Donkey Kong was my jam, and I have I've always seeked out Donkey Kong games because of that, because those games were just so unbelievably good. All three of them, you know.
Do you remember like the first time you saw that game and you were just like, what? Like, I remember the first time I saw. I mean, even at the reading like console wars and stuff, like literally like Sega representatives were like, oh, this is the next system. And they're like, no, this is still the 16-bit system. And they're like, what?
Yeah, the what do they call those graphics? I don't know. I have more memories of playing the second one more than the first one, even though I played all three. But I just the lava level with like the balloon where you have to like stay on the balloon and like catch little air drifts out of the lava. Like I just specifically remember just dying constantly on that level, but like I didn't care because it was just so much fun.
I'm trying to look up the name for those graphics because it was something I can't remember exactly what they were.
Yeah, they look really. I wouldn't say really bad.
Silicon
but
graphics, I believe. Does that sound? I think
What'd you say?
The Silicon graphics. I think that's what it was.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. That it was so crazy. I remember getting the VHS tape and everything. That like the promo stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
Destinot says a life without Sega isn't a life worth living. So remember that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my Sega Genesis era went, it was mainly a lot of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 and Sonic 2. I think those were like the two best games that I had, and those are really all I played. Those are just so nostalgic for me.
How about I'm going to throw a few titles out that I used to play. Shinobi.
Yep. Can't say I played that one, man.
Okay.
When everyone makes fun of you for not playing games, I usually keep my mouth shut because you and I are kind of the same when it comes to. I was kind of a late bloomer, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
I got you.
Yeah.
So my favorite Sega Genesis game of all time is called General Chaos, and what I'm finding out after seeing that game War Groove that's coming out.
Oh, right.
It plays almost identical to it, or very, very similar anyway.
Okay.
And so I didn't I had never seen a game like it before, where basically you had 5 characters on a single board, and you just had your turn to move and then your turn to attack, and so kind of like real-time strategy in a way, but like not to a much smaller scale, right? Like much smaller, but smaller. So check out some videos sometime, because I really, really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I will. And while you're talking about that, I remembered I played a lot of Sunset Riders too.
Oh, so
Sunset
good,
Riders
dude.
Is great, yeah.
So good. I was just talking to a friend, and he's like, yeah, I bought an old Super Nintendo, and it had Sunset Riders with it. I'm like, shut up. He's like, yeah, I got it for a steal. I'm like, oh my gosh. You're so lucky.
Yeah, I would say this might be blasphemy, but I think it's better than Contra. I just like the aesthetic a lot more. The Wild Wild West setting, It
was fun, dude. It was fun. I mean,
yeah.
You can, it's all right. You're in a safe place. We're gonna judge you, but you're in a safe place. So,
wouldn't have it any other way.
So, a couple other Sega games. Gunstar Heroes is one we got to mention. Yay, nay?
Can't say I played that one.
That was like Sega's answer to Contra in a way. 2 players, like side scroller. It was really, really solid, actually.
Cool.
And then, I mean, what about like Moonwalker? Right, like
you know what, so my girlfriend runs a video game store, and sometimes we go to conventions and just like sling video games. And we were at AwesomeCon in DC, and this kid came up to us because we were selling a copy of Moonwalker, and he was like, "Is this the cart where it has Thriller in like level 4?" Because I guess those were rare ones, and level 4 just has like generic music instead of Thriller music. So I remember we were like in our hotel room, and we like hooked up a Sega and like did the like level select cheat code for it, and alas, it wasn't the one with the Thriller, so we couldn't charge like a bunch for it. But
I see.
that's my That's my experience with Moonwalker right there.
Interesting. I did not realize that was a thing. That's pretty cool. I remember the kid that used to have the Sega. He would rent games periodically. So that wasn't one he owned. It was just one we rented. And I if I remember correctly, we didn't play it much because I was like, can we just play Mortal Kombat? I want to rip your head off and pull your spine out. So
right. And I don't think it's a very good game from what I played. It seems it's kind of more like just the same thing over and over again. No really different mechanics other than what you initially start out with, right? I think.
I don't know. Honestly, it left such an impression. I don't remember it all.
Yeah, it's Michael Jackson. That's why you get it. Novelty only.
Right, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Other than that, I think, I mean, like you mentioned, like we played a ton of Mortal Kombat on there and stuff like that. Like every now and again, I'll be like, oh my gosh, there's another Sega game I forgot about. Some stellar titles on there were Jurassic Park and the X-Men 2. X-Men 2 was so good on the Genesis. Like,
oh man, Jurassic Park. Yes, I had that game. I totally forgot about it until just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one where you could either be like Dr. Grant and the Raptor, right?
I think it was side-scroller, kind of platformy.
Yeah, very clunky controls.
Way better than the Super Nintendo one, which was like Earthbound meets Jurassic Park. Was that like the Raptors Escape or something like that? I don't even, dude. It's been so long. But real quick, I want to say hello to Shell Shock Prime, raiding with a party of 7. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome everybody. We are doing Gamers and Karts getting interviewed. We're talking to Ryno from the Discord, and so we're slowly working our way down memory lane.
Yep.
We took a little pit stop at the Sega Genesis.
Unfortunately.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's still video games. We like video games here. So, so what was next? Then are you going to tell me it was PlayStation?
No, I was
Saturn, Dreamcast, 32X, Sega CD.
My parents stepped up their game and got me an N64. So
there we go. Let's get this interview going now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Mario 64. I think I 100%ed that maybe 30 times in my life. So watching through your stream is it's I don't know.
No, tell me what it is. It's sometimes. Okay. Tell me what it is. It's okay. It's okay. You can be honest. It's all right. I can handle
that. That 1 star where all you had to do was just do a tiny little jump in the cage and you fell down and had to blast your way back. Oh man, that was extremely funny. It's good watching someone who has like zero nostalgia for a game like that and seeing them play through it. It's actually really cool. It's refreshing.
I'm like, this control scheme and this camera are gonna be the end of me. Why are people mad at me for not playing this? It's garbage. No, I'm enjoying it, but there are times that it is tough.
Yeah, I bet, man. I know the nostalgia glasses I'm sure are really hard on that, or on like real hard on that one, A
little bit.
But it's still a great game. I love it, and I'll play it till I die, I think. And another good one was Banjo-Kazooie that I couldn't get enough of.
Okay. Cool.
I remember I went to the beach with my friends. We were in high school, and we brought an N64 with Mario Party and a bunch of other games, and they had Banjo-Kazooie. And I just got sucked into that game while we were at the beach. And, my friends would come in and be like, yeah, we're going surfing and we met these 2 cute girls on the beach and they want to hang out and you should come out on the beach with us and, hang out. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm collecting these notes in Rusty Bucket Bay, I think I'm all right on that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Shell Shock Prime, thank you so much for continuing your sub. I appreciate it, my friend. Guys, get some hype in the chat for that. And Derek, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. So, continuing on with the 64, Ryno. How about like some Mario Kart, maybe Star Wars
Kart 64?
Games?
Yes, definitely. I didn't play the one on Super Nintendo, but Mario Kart 64 was the first one, and I had a blast. I played that game so much, and going back now and playing it, it's kind of slow. I don't know if you've noticed that. Maybe I'm just used to Mario Kart the 200cc or something. I don't know, but it's still great, and I played a ton of that. Same with GoldenEye. I remember a lot of late nights playing GoldenEye with my friends and sleepovers and Star Fox 64 and all that.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, just the primo games of that generation.
Any other notable titles like Mario parties, any Star Wars games, anything else? Diddy Kong Racing that we need to mention before we move to GameCube?
As much as I love Donkey Kong, I still haven't really dived into Diddy Kong Racing. I've played the DS one.
Okay.
But I've never really played the 64 one.
Gotcha.
And I did have some clunkers too, like Earthworm Jim 3D too, which does not hold up whatsoever. But I tried to play. I tried to play almost everything on that system. And I'm sure people have noticed that Zelda has been absent because I've been a very late bloomer of Zelda.
Okay.
So I have no nostalgia for Ocarina of Time. And I know, and I still think that's one of the greatest games ever. I've gone back and done my homework. But yeah, I never played it back then. I was like I said, I was big into platforms. And Zelda, I know it has some of the platforming in it, but it was more of an RPG, and just that didn't really sing to me back then. I don't know why. Okay. I think I was just too stubborn. I'm not sure.
Hey, yeah, but for me, it was carrying over from A Link to the Past. I was like,
okay,
A Link to the Past was so good that I'm like, let's just keep this thing going, keep this party going. Thankfully, it held up.
Yeah, so. I mean, if I had a Super Nintendo and I had that game, I'm pretty sure it would have carried over too, but it just wasn't on my radar back then.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Did you play any of the wrestling games or anything? Like, I'm just trying to hit on a few. Like,
my friends did, and I played with them. I was never into wrestling, but we definitely played some. I think the WCW versus NWO game. I think that was called.
Yes.
Yeah. I played quite a bit of that, though I can't really remember now.
Guys,
it's all blur.
If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, go into the video section on my channel and look for the most epic wrestling match between Rey Mysterio Jr. and Goldberg on WCW versus NWO. My wife and I, 20 minutes. I could not pin her. It was like a real match, like she kept kicking out. I'm like, what is this? What are these shenanigans? So, all right. Well, let's see. We got a few more races to go here. Did we go to GameCube next? Is that where?
This is when I started getting really into music and getting really into punk rock in general, and I had skipped the GameCube. I kind of got out of gaming during this era of my life. So yeah, I missed the GameCube and I missed like the GBA stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I just was interested in other things, and that's a big hole in my gaming life right there.
Okay.
So I welcome all these GameCube, the Luigi's Mansion on 3DS. Bring it on, I'm ready to play that finally.
Yeah, I got you. So, so then was the Wii what got you back into gaming then, or did you go into like the 360 or something?
No, I got into during that time I was playing like a lot of the Grand Theft Autos because that were just so big at the time, and I felt like I was missing out not playing those. So my sister had a PlayStation 2, so I would just, pick up like used copies of like Vice City or Grand Theft Auto 3 and like San Andreas and just play through those a little bit. I don't think I ever finished any of them, but it was just to like get the references that like, to stay in conversations and stuff about it. But yeah, and then I went over to my friend's house and they were playing the new Super Mario Brothers Wii. And the local co-op or the couch co-op that they had for that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was drawn right back in after that. I bought a Wii like the next day. And got deep into that. Still no Zelda, so I never played Twilight Princess until much later. But I had Donkey Kong Country Returns. I had the WarioWare. I think it was Shake It.
Okay. Yep. Not that I've played it, but I do remember that was the one on the Wii.
Yeah, that was also like the huge party game along with like the Wii Sports. Was a lot of people were playing the WarioWare Shake It's as well.
I got you.
And then I had Mad World and I played so much of Mario Kart Wii. Like I love that game. I know a lot of people hate it for some reason, maybe because they thought you had to use the wheel or something like that, which you totally didn't.
Right.
But man, playing as Funky Kong on that. I fell in love with Mario Kart again with Mario Kart Wii. And funny story, or well, hope it's funny, but I was playing.
Better be.
I was playing this like dingy. I was in this like really crusty ska band during this time, and I was playing this this like punk house where like 15 like crust punk kids like live in all together. I was playing the basement of this house, and after the show was over, like we didn't have any place to stay, so we were staying at this house, and they had a Wii. So, I'm just so bored. I don't know anyone aside from the people in my band, and they're all doing their own thing. And so I started hooking up the Wii, and they had Wii Sports Resort, and so I popped that in, and I started playing the like free throw, the 3-point free throw. And then it starts gathering a crowd, and all these like punk kids are around me playing the Wii Sports Resort. We're playing all together, and that was just like the magic of Nintendo in a spot where I didn't think I'd ever find it in.
Right.
That kind of like cemented my love for Nintendo. Then
that is hilarious. So it was either like, can we just make a pact, guys, and nobody tells anybody else out this room that we played Nintendo together? Or either or it was like, hey, we're going to do the punkest thing around and really not care, even though it's not punk rock to play Nintendo. So, So.
Yeah, it was a moment I'm never going to forget. It was so bizarre and so out of place, but so much fun at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, and that may answer this next question, because this is the 8th race. So I got 2 big questions I want to get to, and you've kind of touched on both of them. So the first one is, what is the major game that you've missed? And maybe it is Ocarina, but maybe there's something else as well that we're all going to judge you for, or games. It can be games.
I've played most of the Zeldas now, so I missed them at the time, but I've gone back and I've played through almost all of them.
Okay.
But I say the main series that I miss is Castlevania. I've never played a single Castlevania game. I know who Simon Belmont is and all that, just because he's kind of like in the zeitgeist,
Because of Captain N. Is that how you know Simon?
Captain N?
Yeah, is that how you know Simon Belmont?
No,
oh no!
I'm not even,
now Kirby's gonna say I'm aging myself again.
Maybe.
So my avatar looks like an aged Captain N. So if you get a chance, look up Captain N on YouTube. You're gonna see Simon. It's a cartoon. Okay. This kid has a zapper. Simon Belmont is with him. Mega Man talks like this. He's mega. Like, it's ridiculous. Mother Brain. Like, yeah. It's so bad awesome, it's good. So, like, kid gets sucked into his TV, and then, so... there you go. Yeah, Kirby just said I'm aging myself again. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll introduce you to something you're like, what? I missed this as a kid. Like, that's one of those things that was literally only good as a kid. So
yeah, much like the Mario Brothers TV like animated
show.
Dude,
same time period. Yeah,
okay.
Same time period. So
and I've never seen The Wizard, and I have a huge movie reel tattoo on my arm, and I love Nintendo, so you would think I would have seen that movie, but no, I still haven't,
It's like $7 on Vudu, just skip a coffee one day and buy it. It'll change your life.
Seems a little too expensive for that movie.
I've watched it twice since I picked it up. It was worth it. It was worth it. Okay, so no Castlevania. All right. Well,
Yeah,
let
no
the
Castlevania.
let the judgment pour forth, chat. Bring forth the judgment. Okay, so here's, and you may have already answered this, but I was just on the I want to get the name right. I think it was Nintendo Talk Live, I believe, with the Nintendo Guru, and
Okay.
we were talking about, like, he was. Let's see, he was. We were just kind of talking about different, just different memories and things like that. But it got me thinking, what is your most epic video game memory that you can think of? And I'll give you a quick example. Mine was in the arcade learning Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, and then taking it to the arcade and having like a group of grown men like lined up and trying to beat me, and they had no chance whatsoever. So it was like what the, just like an epic video game moment. So I mean, it could be like a boss that you finally beat or anything like that. Anything come to mind?
I think if it's not the playing Wii Sports Resort at that punk house, then it's probably just my first time 100%ing Mario 64, and just that entire journey to get there and finding the Yoshi on the roof. Oh, I'm sorry if I spoiled that.
Spoilers? What? Yoshi's in that game? I had no idea.
And just that game is like just shaped my childhood and why I love collectathon platformers so much. And I'm just gonna go say, just tackling that game for the first time, it's just brought so much joy into my life, and it's something I'll never forget.
I love it, man. I love it. That's great. Mm-hmm. So, okay, well, cool. We got past the two main questions, so we can continue on. Like, from the Wii, did it go to the Wii U?
It definitely went to the Wii U. Yeah, I was an early adopter of the Wii U. I've never had any other console other than Nintendo, so I was definitely feeling the droughts of that system, and I understand why it flopped.
It's rough,
but I still loved it. Every game, that first party game that came out for it, I picked up, and they're all just so good. And I've pretty much picked up every port to Switch too, and I've played through them all, and I still love them just as much. They're just such great games.
I had Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker in my hand today. Mm-hmm. But then I ended up putting it down and getting the Mega Man X Collection and Wolfenstein.
For those two games, not a bad trade-off. You can get Captain Toad, I'm sure, on a sale soon enough.
Hopefully.
I played through Wolfenstein as well, and you got it on Switch?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's a little blurry at times, but
I'd imagine.
Yeah, Switch is my only console, so I can't be complaining right now.
I hear you.
I'm playing a game I never thought I'd ever play because of Panic Button and their magic wand. Oh,
okay. All right. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I thought you were going to say Hello Kitty Cruisers, the game you never planned on playing. And the Switch can bring you Vroom, So,
right, yeah.
But let's talk about the Switch. What have you
sure.
What have you been loving about it?
All the indies that I probably would never have played if it wasn't for how often they're featured. I pick up a lot of stuff. I think I bought more games for this system than I have for any other system, and maybe I should get my credit card off of the eShop, because it's very easy just to click 3 times and you have a game.
Oh yeah, yep. I have my PayPal card on there, so that way it's never credit. So I'm like, well, can I get it now or can't I? Nope. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, currently I'm playing through the Messenger.
How far are you?
I'm in the Metroidvania part. I'm not sure how far along I am. I feel like I might be almost done, but I'm not sure. I was at the beach last week and I played a ton of it. That and Yoku's Island Express. I rolled credits on that the other day.
Ooh, I
still got some things to collect too.
So, did you beat the swimming puzzle in the Messenger yet?
The which puzzle?
The swimming puzzle?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm currently stuck in it right now, and I'm trying to avoid looking up how to figure it out.
You want a hint or something?
Somebody said it's tied to the music, so that's
that's a little misleading. It's not wrong, but it's a little misleading.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you want more of a hint, I can give you one.
Sure, throw out a hint. It's fine. It's all good. Throw out a hint.
You need an item that's in an area elsewhere. That's like it might be in the area after that or something like that.
Oh, I see.
And once you get that item, you'll know exactly what to do.
Yeah, Pudding said the same thing. He's like, "What? The opportunity to give a hint? You don't have what you need." There you go.
Yeah.
So, all right, fair enough. That's good because I would have spent hours there. That's how determined I would be to try to figure it out. I would have been like, "Nope, I'm not." I was hearing if I went through a certain way, I was hearing a sound like a door opening. I'm like, "Oh, this is the one." This is and then I'd wait for that sound again, and I'm like, I just gotta. It's up 6 times. Over right 2 times, like the old Zelda puzzle back on the original game to get out of the Lost Woods or whatever.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Bowser Castle in Super Mario Brothers, where you have to go a certain route.
Oh yeah, after something red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The next pipe after something red. So
yeah, so I spent a lot of time on that underwater puzzle too, and then I kind of just gave up and. Sure enough, I found what I needed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. What are some other? What have been some of the most surprising titles for you on the Switch?
I'll say surprising in a bad way is Binding of Isaac. I don't like that game, and I think it's because I don't like roguelikes.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a $40 lesson into me not liking roguelikes because. There was nothing on the Switch really at that time, and I was thirsty for games, and that was up, and took the plunge, and wasn't really into it.
Music Man Todd says I got yelled at for giving hints, dude. I gave you a high five. I gave you the quiet shout out, So okay, well I haven't tried Binding of Isaac. I have the first run of that game, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna open this. I want to buy the second run, and maybe pick it up used at some point. So I'll probably be looking for that this holiday.
Okay.
To give it a go, but I did just pick up. It'll be here Wednesday. Blade Strangers, which has Isaac as one of the characters you can fight as.
Right. Okay. So, is that a fighting game? I've heard of it.
I believe it is. From what I've seen, it kind of looks like Street Fighter and stuff, and it has Shovel Knight and some other other characters like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that looks cool. There's so many fighting games on Switch, surprisingly.
Yeah, there is quite a few, yeah.
That genre is alive and well.
Really, I mean, what genre isn't on the on the Switch? Maybe real-time strategy or something, But I mean, even some obscure titles like Mario plus Rabbids and stuff like that,
Yeah, I mean, definitely not RPGs, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario plus Rabbids is another surprise because I'm not really big into turn-based games.
Okay.
But I did enjoy that game. Not as much as I had hoped, but it's the farthest I've ever gotten in a turn-based game. It's very well put together. And I wish I liked it enough to buy the DLC because, Donkey Kong's my boy. And I'm intrigued on the DLC, but I don't know if I could. I just can't guarantee that I'd be into it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank on games I actually did like, even there's a lot of them.
Well, you got Odyssey, you got Breath of the Wild, you got Mario Kart, of course, as we're playing. You got Mario Tennis.
Yeah.
I mean...
And I still play Mario Tennis. I feel like I'm the only one that still plays it, or me and Hate Zero.
So Kirby and I played on Saturday. I streamed it for a while, and we had some really good laughs. And we did 7 matches, and it went to the last, I beat her the first 3 matches, and then I lost 4 in a row. I think she was kind of sandbagging me a little bit,
Yeah.
So, at least we got to extend the amount of time we were playing.
Yeah. I've been playing the simple mode. I've been feeling that a lot more. The standard mode. I remember you saying that you don't really like get angry at video games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you can't get angry playing Mario Tennis. That game like enrages me. Like I'm having fun, but if I play too long and someone keeps spamming their special and I gotta wait through that cutscene every 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh man, it makes me so mad.
Gotcha.
I don't like spammers, you know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Kirby in the chat says, "Tell him about the Bowser match. Like we had some really good like volleys going with the bombs that are walking around on that stage.
Yeah.
And it was pure chaos. Like we were both surprised the frame rate wasn't lagging because there were so many explosions and so many things on the screen at the same time. It was pretty crazy.
Oh man, is that up on YouTube? I need to watch that.
It would be if you have to go back and watch on the VOD on Twitch, you'd be able to find it.
Okay.
There. So
cool. I definitely need to look into that. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we were having some good laughs, that's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, Mario Odyssey is amazing. The game we're playing right now, Mario Kart 8, is the best Mario Kart. And I'm hoping for some DLC down the road.
Well, this Friday, Labo, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think that's what you meant.
Not quite, but it's getting there.
So close to the DLC we wanted. And there's more coming for Mario Kart. Really? There's more? Yeah, more Labo. Oh.
Yeah, more Labo.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Ryno, thank you for taking the time, my friend, to hang out and talk Nintendo. Tell everybody where they can find you, find your band, find any content that you create, anything like that. Like, now's the time.
Yeah, man, I'm in a hardcore punk rock band. We're called Talk Me Off. We're a male-female dual vocal band. We're on Spotify right now. I say we're a hardcore band for people that don't like hardcore music. So if that sounds intriguing, then definitely check us out. We're on Instagram at Talk Me Off and Facebook too. So thank you.
For all you middle-aged women out there, make sure to hit that like button on Facebook.
Right. And I just want to say thanks to you specifically and Pudding and Kirby Geek and Hate Zero and Nate the Anarchist and everyone else who I've had really cool conversations with on the Discord. You all are very genuine and very positive, and especially on the internet, it's very rare to find positive that's on your Discord. So just want to say thank you to everyone there and much love and respect to all you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, thanks again for taking the time.
Absolutely, man.
Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to join that Discord that he's talking about, it's n64josh.com/Discord. Just type that in your browser. It'll automatically take you to the Discord. You can download the app and then come and hang out with us and talk Nintendo and whatever. And it was like today was one of those days that we had there were some disagreements going on, but nobody left mad. We were just okay, we don't agree, no biggie,
Right.
So
yeah,
and
we all accept that Mr. Cool loves ice climbers for some reason too. It's insane. I don't know anyone can accept that, but we do somehow.
Right. And Destinot says he's mad, but I mean, at least he doesn't take it out on us, thankfully. So
there's always that one guy.
That's true. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come into the Discord, come hang out. We do this on twitch.tv/n64josh. Make sure to follow me there, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.
Later.